Hello everyone. Today we are going to do something, whoops, a little bit different. Can D replied, Yalla Poppy, do you know your MTBI? Could you react to Frank James? He talks about the 16 personality types. I think she means MBTI, Myers-Briggs something something. And I have found here a way to do what I believe is the Myers-Briggs test, right? 16 personalities. This is the Myers-Briggs thing, right? So I am going to take the Myers-Briggs test. I've never taken this before. And honestly, I think this is like just a complete load of shit. But I'm going to do it anyway. I've never done this. I know nothing about it really, but it seems to me like it's just modern day horoscope nonsense, like fortune telling retarded shit. Um, and the reason that I say that is because everybody will act differently in different situations, right? You can have some situations where people act one way and then they act different ways in another situation. Like a party, for example, somebody can be really shy at a party, but you put that person in another party and they are, super excited and happy and extroverted. Anyway, I think it's a load of shit. I'm going to take it anyway. Maybe, I don't know. Who knows? I really have no idea. So without further ado, here we go. You enjoy vibrant social events with lots of people. I would say I agree. I enjoy those things. You often spend time exploring unrealistic yet intriguing ideas. Yes, I definitely do that. Your travel plans are more likely to look like a rough list of ideas than a detailed itinerary. Yeah, I guess that's also true. I don't even like travel plans. Who makes plans? You often think about what you should have said in a conversation long after it has taken place. Like, does anybody not do that? I hate this shit so much. Yes, agree. Well, often, I don't know. I don't really care that much, but like at one point I did. If your friend is sad about something, your first instinct is support them emotionally, not try to solve their problem. It's so stupid. People can rarely upset you. Depends on what people. That's the thing. It's like if you surround yourself with lots of people that can upset you, then people will say yes. But just like people, I don't know. I'm going to say agree. You often rely on other people to be the ones to start a conversation and keep it going. Definitely not. Can't rely on anybody for anything. If you have to temporarily put your plans on hold, you make sure it is your top priority to get back on track as soon as possible. I mean, depends what plans. Like, what plans are we talking about? Like my to-do list for the day, or like my plan to go see a movie, or like, see, this is so stupid. These questions are so open-ended. They're so like open for interpretation. Completely useless. You rarely worry if you made a good impression on someone you met. I would agree with that. But again, it depends on what person. If it's somebody that I'm trying to impress, then I'll be more worried about it. If it's someone I don't give a shit about, then I won't. It would be a challenge for you to spend the whole weekend all by yourself without feeling bored. Disagree with that. Well, actually, I don't know. Middle. You're more of a detail-oriented person than a big picture person? Definitely not. You're very affectionate. Well, I don't know. Some things I'm detail-oriented. I don't know. You're very affectionate with people you care about. Disagree. Used to be. Learned my lesson. You have a careful and methodical approach to life. I mean, I wish, but I don't. I don't know. Middle. You were still bothered by the mistakes you made a long time ago. Again, like some. This is so stupid, right? Like, and why do I keep saying that? Because a lot of people. It depends on which ones. Like, who's not bothered by things they did a long time ago, right? Who does that not bother? Who does not experience moments where they think about something they did a long time ago and think like, oh, well, I shouldn't have done that, or should have done something else? Anyway, at parties and similar events, you can mostly be found farther away from the action. Depends. Some parties I'm the center of attention, and some parties I am further away from the action. So again, another stupid question. You often find it difficult to relate to people who let their emotions guide them. I mean, everybody lets their emotions guide them to a certain extent, you know. And it's one of those things that's like, it's easy for you to judge somebody else when they make an emotional decision, but when you do it, oh, it's, there's somehow some justification for it. When looking for a movie to watch, you can spend ages browsing the catalog. Yeah, if it's Netflix, there's fucking nothing good. Netflix is garbage. You can stay calm under a lot of pressure. I actually would say that I can. I'm pretty good in a crisis. When in a group of people you do not know, you have no problem jumping right into their conversation. Depends what kind of people, but I would say that's generally true. When you sleep, your dreams tend to be bizarre and fantastical. That is definitely true, but then again, whose aren't? In your opinion, it is sometimes okay to step on others to get ahead in life. I mean, I wouldn't say it's okay. It's kind of just par for the course, right? Sometimes, I don't want to say step on other people, but like, if you're always considerate and thinking about how other people feel, then you have, like, to get ahead, you know, a lot of things in life are a zero-sum game. There's winners and losers. So if you're not prepared to make somebody else lose, then you're not going to win in some situations. You are dedicated and focused on your goals, only rarely getting sidetracked. I don't know. I'm going to disagree with that. I get sidetracked 100 times a day. If you make a mistake, you tend to start doubting yourself, your abilities, or your knowledge. Who doesn't, really? But again, it depends on what, right? If I'm working, if I'm doing sales, if I'm selling straighteners, yeah, you make mistakes all the time, but overall I know that I'm good. But if it's something that I have less experience in, and this is not just me, this is everyone, which is why this test is retarded. So I'm going to put that in the middle. When at a social event, you rarely try to introduce yourself to new people. That's not true at all. You usually lose interest in a discussion when it gets philosophical. No, I'm pretty good at that. You would never let yourself cry in front of others. Yeah, I like some self-respect. You feel more drawn to places with a bustling and busy atmosphere than to more quiet and intimate ones. I would say that's also true. Depends though. You like discussing different views and theories on what the world could look like in the future. Not really. When it comes to making life-changing choices, you mostly listen to your heart rather than your head. See, what does that even mean? You know, like, what does that actually mean? This is all, like, the problem with this test is that it's all based on what people say about themselves, which you're already, like, you're assuming that that's accurate, when in most people are notoriously bad at assessing themselves. You cannot imagine yourself dedicating your life to the study of something that you cannot see, touch, or experience. I guess. Like, molecules and shit? Probably not. You usually prefer to get your revenge rather than forgive? No. You often make decisions on a whim? Yeah. The time you spend by yourself often ends up being more interesting and satisfying than the time. That's never true, pretty much. You often put special effort into interpreting the real meaning or message? No, I definitely do not. You always know exactly what you want? Also disagree. Rarely think back on the choices you made and wonder what you could have done differently? I do, but not like that much. When in a public place, usually stick to quieter and less crowded areas. I asked that already. Disagree. You tend to focus on present realities rather than future possibilities. No, I think of both, I guess. You often have a hard time understanding other people's feelings. No. When starting to work on a project, you prefer to make as many decisions upfront as possible. I mean, yeah, but stuff obviously changes. So, you know. When you know someone thinks highly of you, you also wonder how long it will be. Oh my God, what a loser mentality that is. Although I do think that sometimes, to be fair. You feel comfortable just walking up to someone you find interesting and striking up a conversation? I mean, depends, but generally no. Are there actually people like that? Italians, maybe? You often drift away into daydreaming about various ideas or scenarios. Yeah, I guess. You look after yourself first and others come in second. Depends what others, but I would generally say disagree with that. Well, depends. Actually, I probably look after myself first, but it depends. Even when you have planned a particular daily routine, you usually just end up doing what you feel like at any given moment. See, like, all of these things could be placed into a horoscope, right? Today, you've planned a particular daily routine, but you might just end up doing what you feel. Okay, I'm going to disagree with that. Your mood can change very quickly. Anybody's mood can change very quickly. God, whoever invented this is so stupid, yet so intelligent for, like, manipulating dumb women. I'm sorry. Your mood can change. Yeah, but everyone's can. You often contemplate the reasons for human existence or the meaning of life? No, I do not, sadly. You often talk about your own feelings and emotions. No, I mean, I don't think I do. You've got detailed education or career development plans stretching several years into the future. Not really. Probably should. You rarely dwell on your regrets, I guess. Spending time in a dynamic atmosphere with lots of people around quickly makes you feel drained and in need of a getaway. God, could you imagine if that was you? You see yourself as more of a realist than a visionary. It's just like so infuriating, the stupidity of these questions or statements. Uh, a realist? I guess I'm a realist, but I'm also a visionary. You find it easy to empathize with a person who's gone through something you never have. I mean, I guess intellectually I understand, but empathize? Pity, maybe? Is pity empathy? Your personal work style is closer to spontaneous bursts of energy than to organized and consistent efforts. Actually, I have organized and consistent bursts of energy. So, yeah, just cool like that. Your emotions control you more than you control them. Ooh, wow, so horoscope-alicious. After a long and exhausting week, a fun party is just what you need. Honestly, I do find like going out and socializing to be kind of. They say that like you never want to go out less than the 30 minutes before you're actually supposed to go out, right? It's like nobody actually ever wants to go. You're tired. Everyone's tired. But when you go, you actually have fun. You frequently find yourself wondering how technological advancement could change everyday life. No. You always consider how your actions might affect other people. Always. Like, does anybody always do anything? Disagree. You still honor the commitments you made even if you have a change of heart. That's not really true, to be honest with you. You rarely feel insecure. God, I hate these fucking stupid questions. What human being on the planet, does not feel insecure or rarely feels insecure? I don't know. Cope. All right, my test. Ooh, I'm an ESTPA. Ooh, what did I win? Mind. This trait determines how we interact with our environment. Extroverted. I always would think of myself as an introvert. Energy. This trait shows where we direct our mental energy. Ooh, intuitive or observant. This trait determines how we make decisions and cope with emotions. 61% feeling. This is so me. Oh my gosh, that is so me. Oh my god. Tactics. This trait reflects our approach to work, planning, and decision making. Prospecting. Identity. This trait underpins all others, showing how confident we are in our abilities and decisions. Start reading. What is that? Would you like us to email this? No. Oh my god, there's a whole thing on this. Is that it? All right, let's just read this. Introduction. Life is either a daring adventure or nothing at all. Entrepreneurs always have an impact on their immediate surroundings. The best way to spot them at a party is to look for the whirling eddy of people flitting about them as they move from group to group, laughing and entertaining with a blunt and earthy humor. I did very well. This is like on point. Entrepreneur personalities love to be the center of attention. If an audience member is asked to come on stage, entrepreneurs volunteer or volunteer a shy friend. That is kind of true. I have done that before. Theory, abstract concepts, and plotting discussions about global issues and their implications don't keep entrepreneurs interested for long. Entrepreneurs keep their conversation energetic with a good dose of intelligence. So this could be salespeople actually, but they like to talk about what is, or better yet, to go out and do it. Entrepreneurs leap before they look. Oh, this actually is this is pretty accurate, I gotta say. Fixing their mistakes as they go rather than sitting idle, preparing contingencies and escape clauses. Never confuse movement with action. Entrepreneurs are the likeliest personality type to manifest a lifestyle, or to make a lifestyle of risky behavior. They live in the moment and dive into the action. They are the eye of the storm. People with the entrepreneur personality type enjoy drama, passion, and pleasure, not for emotional thrills, but because it's so stimulating to their logical minds. They are forced to make critical decisions based on factual, immediate reality in a process of rapid-fire, rational stimulus response. This makes school and other highly organized environments a challenge for entrepreneurs. It certainly isn't because they aren't smart. and they can do well, but the regimented lecturing approach of formal education is just so far from the hands-on learning that entrepreneurs enjoy. That actually is accurate, I hate to say. It takes a great deal of maturity to see this process as a necessary means to an end, something that creates more exciting opportunities. If they're referring to, I guess, formal education, that's accurate. Also challenging is that to entrepreneurs, it makes more sense to use their own moral compass than someone else's. It's also true. Rules are meant to be broken. This is a sentiment few high school instructors or corporate supervisors are likely to share, and can earn entrepreneur personalities a certain reputation, but if they minimize the troublemaking, harness their energy, and focus through the boring stuff, entrepreneurs are a force to be reckoned with. Most people don't listen well enough. With perhaps the most perspective, unfiltered view of any type, entrepreneurs have a unique skill in noticing small changes. Whether a shift in facial, this is basically salespeople. Whether a shift in facial expression, a new clothing style, or a broken habit, people with this personality type pick up on hidden thoughts and motives where most types would be lucky to pick up anything specific at all. Entrepreneurs use these observations immediately, calling out the change and asking questions, often with little regard for sensitivity. Entrepreneurs should remember that not everyone wants their secrets and decisions broadcast. Sometimes entrepreneurs' instantaneous observation and action is just what's required, and in some corporate environments, and especially in emergencies. If entrepreneurs aren't careful, though, they may get too caught in the moment, take things too far, and run roughshod over more sensitive people. Oh my God, there's like 9 pages to this. Or forget to take care of their own health and safety, making up only 4% of the population. Ooh, wow, I'm so unique and special. There are just enough entrepreneurs out there to keep things spicy and competitive, and not so many as to cause a systemic risk. Entrepreneurs are full of passion and energy, complemented by a rational, if sometimes distracted mind. Inspiring, convincing, and colorful, they are natural group leaders, pulling everyone along the path less traveled, bringing life and excitement everywhere they go. Oh my God, this is so complimentary. What are the like strengths and weaknesses? Is this not very flattering? I guess if they said like you're a loser and you hate life and like you're probably gonna kill yourself soon, people probably wouldn't pay for the premium service, I guess. Entrepreneurs are full of passion and energy, complemented by a rational, if sometimes distracted mind, inspiring, convincing, and colorful. They are natural group leaders, pulling everyone along the path less traveled, bringing life and excitement everywhere they go. Putting these qualities to a constructive and rewarding end is entrepreneurs' true challenge. Maybe they just put the positive stuff in the introduction so people will actually keep reading it. This is hilarious. I like this. All right, strengths and weaknesses. Bold. People with entrepreneur personality type are full of life and energy. Rational and practical. Entrepreneurs love knowledge and philosophy, but not for their own sake. What's fun for entrepreneurs is finding ideas that are actionable and drilling into the details so they can put them to use. If a discussion is completely arbitrary, there are better uses for entrepreneurs' time. Original, combining their boldness and practicality. See, like, I guess actually now that I think about it, there are some people who are not original at all. I can think of a lot of people who are fucking have never had an original thought in their mind. Perceptive, yeah, I would say that. But I think that's just, these all kind of like stem from intelligence, don't they? Direct, this perceptive skill isn't used for mind games. Entrepreneurs prefer to communicate clearly with direct and factual questions and answers. Sociable, all these qualities pull together to make a natural group leader in entrepreneurs. Wow, I'm so special. Insensitive, feelings and emotions come second to facts and, quote, reality for entrepreneurs. Emotionally charged situations are awkward, uncomfortable affairs, and entrepreneurs' blunt honesty doesn't help here. Impatient, risk prone, unstructured, may miss the bigger picture. Let me think about this for a second. I guess, but I just feel like you could say this stuff about anybody. No? Could you not? Defiant. I guess actually some people are very compliant and you could just do whatever you want to them, really? I don't know. Romantic relationships. Let's check this out. ESTPA. What is the difference, I wonder? Assertive versus turbulent. I'm not reading that shit. Okay. When it comes to romantic relationships, people with the entrepreneur personality type can hardly be said to be pining away for their wedding day. Life is fun and full of adventure, surprises, and they enjoy it all in the here and now. Entrepreneurs' relationships are far from boring. Their improvisational style creates a seemingly never-ending list of activities and hobbies to be involved in. God, I'm so romantic, aren't I? Love new ideas, as good as spring itself. Sexually, entrepreneurs have no real reservations. It's fun, it's physically enjoyable, new ideas are always welcome. Entrepreneur personalities, strong perceptions keep them well in tune to their partner's needs. However, entrepreneurs' separation of the physical act from the more emotional and spiritual connections that many other types look for in intimacy can be a serious source of tension. So basically, you're a player, I guess is what they're saying. I don't know. As time passes, it can be challenging for entrepreneurs to move their relationships to deeper, more emotionally intimate levels. I don't know. The thing with this is, like, first of all, men are going to be different than women, number one. Although I guess you could say that men receive this profile more frequently than women. So, like, some of these emotional profiles are more likely to be granted to men versus women, right? But again, like, as a man, your idea of relationships generally changes as you get older, because you experience, everybody's does, really. You just kind of, you experience good things and bad things, and you avoid the bad things, theoretically, I guess, and pursue the good, I guess, if you're logical. Travel only with those who love you. You know, there's a French quote that says, if you want to test your relationship, travel together, or something like that, right? And when I heard that, I thought about, because I had already, like, you know, my life is just traveling, or was traveling, I guess still is, kind of, you know, only been here for like a week. I've traveled so much, and occasionally I'll, like, pick up a girlfriend along the way, and things kind of fall apart when you move to a different place. Not always. They will stabilize a little bit, but, like, taking a trip together can be very stressful. Friendships. People with the entrepreneur personality type are definitely the life of party. I don't know, maybe. Entrepreneurs are never boring. Easygoing, tolerant, charming, making them naturally quite popular. When I have an idea, I turn down the flame. Team sports, little difficulty for entrepreneurs here. Seem to get along with just about everyone. Make new friends wherever they go. I try. Yeah, I would say that's accurate, I guess. Sometimes more than others, but while not opposed, blah blah blah. Not likely to develop friendships based solely around one-on-one discussions about European economic challenges. That is true. Eventually it builds up and explodes. That's my idea. Sitting idle, especially in boredom, is the bane of entrepreneurs' existence. I mean, that's the thing. I have, like, stuff I'm working on, right? Like, I doubt, let's say somebody's an actual entrepreneur, there's always something to do. If you have a business, there is always something to do. You never have nothing to do. Unless you have, like, somebody, you know, you have, like, a big business and it's being run for you, then I guess you have nothing to do. But how many people are actually on that level? Probably not a lot. All right, parenthood. I don't know, it's kind of boring. Entrepreneurs are what many children would consider the perfect parent. God, I am so perfect. It's true. Entrepreneurs have a natural curiosity and spontaneity. I am pretty good with kids, I will say that. Maybe the greatest thing about entrepreneur parents is that they see their children as equal members of the family. I am pretty good with kids, I will say that. And I believe the reason, well, I do have, like, when I was working in the mall, I would have a lot of, like, I'm very good at talking to people who are under a certain age, also older. But, like, the thing with kids, when you talk to kids, is you have to put yourself back in the child mentality, right? Where, like, you remember when you were junior high and you just, like, mess around with people and you just call them names for no reason and, like, say they're stupid for no reason and make fun of them for no reason? That's kind of how you have to talk to kids. Entrepreneurs give their children freedom, encourage them to use their own judgment. Entrepreneurs do have one significant parental challenge, though: emotional bonding. Feelings tend to be seen by entrepreneurs as a bit of an irrational distraction, rather than a tool for expression and connection. All right, whatever. Career paths. Let's take a look at this. I'm going to guess actual entrepreneur and sales. That's my guess here. When it comes to entrepreneurs, career decisions, action is the word of the day. Think on their feet. Affable, social intelligence. Hard to imagine entrepreneurs choosing secure but boring jobs over less stable but more exciting careers. That's basically sales. Oh, entrepreneurs are the most likely personality type to feel beautiful. God, is this not the best personality type to get? I think it is. No wonder all these dumb girls on their like dating profiles are like, they like put their like personality profile, they're like ENTFJ or whatever it is, ENTJ, you know, INFP or whatever. It's like, I would always see that and I think to myself, like, you're so stupid. Like, nobody cares what you fucking scored on some retarded test. However, I might actually be wrong. I hate to say it. Because a lot of this stuff is pretty accurate. But if I read another one, it'd probably also be accurate. So, entrepreneurs are curious, energetic people with a taste for action. There are those who analyze and manage the logistics of public safety. What? It's definitely not me. Oh, entrepreneurs are the latter. Save lives with their own two hands. It's true. I do that also. This quality of living in the moment and craving immediate results for their efforts translates well into another field, sports. The thrill of competition, pushing themselves to the physical limit, blah, 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 whatever. Workplace habits. I'm going to guess here that they're going to say, like, they do a lot of work and they're like natural leaders and they do a lot of work and they like boss other people around. That's my guess. Boisterous and spontaneous, fun-loving, and maybe a little crass, people with the entrepreneur personality love tackling problems as they arise and telling great stories about their solutions afterwards. Naturally, some positions work better with these qualities than others, but entrepreneurs are adaptable individuals and can find a way to make just about any situation a little more interesting. God, we're so amazing. Entrepreneurs' most challenging position is the one that most people have to start out in as subordinates. While perfectly capable of exercising restraint on their own terms, entrepreneur personalities hate having others' rules and regulations foisted upon them. So true. Entrepreneur colleagues, work hard, play hard, managers. Yeah, we're amazing. Conclusion. Few personality types are as charming and attractive as entrepreneurs. Man, these people know who they're talking to, don't they? Known for their ability to improvise and focus completely on the present, entrepreneurs are great at finding exciting new things to explore and experience. All right, enough flattery. Where's the negatives? I guess there are none. So true. What you have read so far is just an introduction, blah, blah, blah. Premium profiles. Stupid. Okay, anyway, that was this is the Myers-Briggs, right? This is what this is? Or did they just make this shit up? I feel like this is the Myers-Briggs, is it not? Or did they just, I don't really know. Let me know. I don't actually like know or really care, to be honest with you, but explorers, let's see what else is there. Yeah, these are all kind of positive. Anyway, modern day horoscope shit. Except mine was all true. Okay, fascinating. Who told me to do this? Candy. Thank you, I guess. I probably will watch Frank James's thing. What did this say? Like, no. Oh yeah, 16 personality types. Interesting. All right, whatever. I'll watch it. But did you find that interesting at all? Have you taken this test before? Is it actually accurate scientifically? I know nothing about it. If you have anything to say about it or any questions or any suggestions for other types of videos, let me know. Leave me a comment. Peace.